The red ribbon bound on the guns of the Kuki people is a powerful symbol deeply embedded in the traditional life and culture of this indigenous group. It represents anger, blood, and a deep connection to their history, customs, and struggles. The meaning and significance of this ritual are much more profound than it might appear at first glance, and it serves as a marker of hostility, protection, and a message of resilience. If we to understand the full depth of the red ribbon tradition, one must look at the history of the Kuki people, their cultural practices, their relationship with outsiders, and the symbolism of the red ribbon itself. The Kuki people, the historical context. The Kuki people are indigenous to the region that spans across northeastern India, Myanmar, and parts of Bangladesh. Known for their warrior culture, the Kukis have historically been a fiercely independent group. Their resistance to external domination and their deep attachment to their land have been defining characteristics throughout their history. The Kuki people, like many indigenous groups, have faced pressure from colonization, territorial encroachment, and forced migration, yet they have remained resilient in maintaining their identity and autonomy. And in the colonial period under British rule, the Kuki people were among the many tribal groups in India who resisted the domination and exploitation of their land and culture. The British colonialists viewed these tribes as a challenge to their rule, and in many cases, the Kuki people fought back in various ways, sometimes violently. During this era, a significant exchange occurred when the British sought to negotiate with the Kuki chiefs for peace and stability. It is within this context that the famous exchange between the British officials and the Kuki men occurred, marking a pivotal moment in the history of the Kuki people. When the British, who sought to pacify the region, asked the Kuki men if they wanted land, the Kuki responded with words that would resonate through history. "This is our land. One thing we don't have is gun and red clothes. You give us only this, we demand." The statement encapsulates the essence of the Kuki people's struggle, their land, their autonomy, and their pride in their heritage. The gun and red clothes were not simply a demand for weaponry and clothing. They symbolize the Kuki people's readiness to defend their land and their values. The red ribbon, specifically, is a manifestation of that readiness, representing both a symbol of resistance and a message of strength. The symbolism of the red ribbon. The red ribbon bound around Kuki guns is a potent and multifaceted symbol. Red, as a color, is universally associated with strong emotions such as anger, passion, and blood. In the case of the Kuki people, the red ribbon holds even deeper meaning, linking directly to their warrior heritage and their longstanding tradition of resistance. When the Kuki tie a red ribbon to their gun, it signals to others that they are not to be taken lightly, that they are in a state of heightened alertness, and that they are prepared to fight if necessary. The red ribbon signifies anger and the readiness for battle. It is a direct indicator that the Kuki people are angry about threats to their land, their culture, or their people. It conveys a fierce defense of their identity and their ancestral territories, warning those who might encroach upon them. Blood, too, is a critical part of this symbolism. The red ribbon tied to the weapon represents the potential for violence, and more poignantly, the sacrifices that the Kuki people are willing to make in defense of their land and people. However, the red ribbon also has a more complex cultural significance. It is not merely a sign of hostility or aggression, but also of respect for tradition and culture. The red ribbon is part of a larger ceremonial and cultural practice, one that signifies the Kuki people's deep-rooted connection to their heritage. The act of tying the ribbon is ceremonial, done with reverence and a sense of pride. It is a way of honoring their ancestors and the sacrifices that were made to preserve their way of life. The red ribbon as a cultural marker. The red ribbon is not just an indicator of anger and hostility. It is also a marker of the Kuki people's distinct cultural identity. It represents a collective memory of their struggles and triumphs, a reminder of the land they have fought to protect, and a visual testament to their enduring strength and resilience. This cultural practice, passed down through generations, plays a crucial role in maintaining a sense of unity and continuity within the Kuki community. The tradition of using red ribbons also reflects the Kuki's deep sense of belonging to their land. The Kuki people have lived in these regions for centuries, and their connection to the land is sacred. The land is not just a place to live, it is an integral part of their identity. The red ribbon, as a symbol tied to the gun, connects the warrior culture with the land they call home. Furthermore, the red ribbon is a sign of communal unity. While it is often tied to individual guns, the act of wearing the ribbon signifies that the individual is not fighting alone. The Kuki community stands together, bound by a shared history and a common purpose. The solidarity is especially evident when the Kuki are faced with external threats, such as invasions or encroachments on their land. In times of conflict, the red ribbon represents a rallying point, a symbol that unites the community in their shared struggle. The evolution of the red ribbon tradition. The tradition of binding red ribbons to Kuki guns has persisted over time, even in the face of modernity and the encroachment of external forces. While the methods of warfare and self-defense have evolved, the cultural significance of the red ribbon remains strong. It continues to serve as a reminder of the Kuki people's history, their culture, and their unyielding commitment to defending their land. In contemporary times, the red ribbon may no longer be tied to guns in the same way it was in the past. However, its cultural significance endures. The red ribbon is still used in ceremonial contexts, and it continues to be a powerful symbol of Kuki identity. It serves as a bridge between the past and the present, linking the Kuki people to their ancestors and their struggles for autonomy and survival. Moreover, the red ribbon has come to symbolize more than just anger or conflict. It has evolved into a symbol of resilience and endurance in the face of adversity. The Kuki people have faced numerous challenges over the centuries, from colonization to migration to ongoing struggles for land and recognition. Yet despite these challenges, they have maintained their cultural identity, and the red ribbon is a visual testament to their determination to persevere. In the red ribbon in the global context, the tradition of the red ribbon, while specific to the Kuki people, has parallels with other indigenous groups around the world who have used symbols of resistance to assert their rights and defend their territories. Like the Kuki, many indigenous groups have faced the threat of displacement and cultural erasure. In this context, the red ribbon can be seen as part of a larger global movement for indigenous rights, a visual marker of resistance against colonialism and the forces of modernity that seek to homogenize cultural identities. I mean, for the Kuki people, the red ribbon tied to their guns is a declaration of their continued existence and their refusal to be silenced or erased. It is a powerful reminder that their culture, their land, and their people are not to be ignored or disregarded. The red ribbon serves as a symbol of survival, one that transcends time and place and continues to resonate with the Kuki people today. The role of the red ribbon in contemporary Kuki society. In modern Kuki society, the red ribbon continues to hold significance, even as the Kuki people navigate the complexities of modern life. While the red ribbon may no longer be tied to weapons as frequently as it once was, its symbolism remains vital in the collective memory of the Kuki people. It is a cultural touchstone that helps the Kuki community maintain a sense of identity in a rapidly changing world. Today, the red ribbon can be seen as a symbol of cultural pride, unity, and resilience. It reminds the Kuki people of their history and the struggles they have overcome, while also providing a sense of continuity in the face of contemporary challenges. Whether it is tied to a weapon in times of conflict or worn as part of traditional attire during cultural ceremonies, the red ribbon remains a powerful emblem of the Kuki people's strength and determination. The red ribbon bound around the guns of the Kuki people is not merely a visual marker of anger or blood, but also a powerful symbol of their sacrifices, resistance, and unyielding defiance against invaders. It represents the Kuki people's steadfast resolve to protect their land, culture, and way of life from all external threats. And the practice of tying a red ribbon to their weapons has long been associated with a message of unwavering resistance, an emblem that signifies the Kuki people's refusal to back down in the face of adversaries. Throughout history, the Kuki people have been subjected to numerous invasions and attempts to encroach on their lands. Despite these challenges, they have consistently resisted and fought to preserve their sovereignty. The red ribbon symbolizes the sacrifices made by countless Kuki warriors who have given their lives to protect their people and their heritage. It serves as a poignant reminder of the bloodshed that was necessary to defend their land against intruders. The symbolism of the red ribbon is not just a reflection of the past. It continues to resonate with the Kuki people today. It acts as a warning to those who might wish to challenge the Kuki people's right to their land and freedom. When the red ribbon is seen tied to a Kuki gun, it should be understood as a sign that the Kuki are on high alert, ready to defend their territory and their traditions with all the strength at their disposal. It is a reminder to all that the Kuki people never back down when faced with threats. For the Kuki, the red ribbon is not just a symbol of violence, but of honor and pride, representing their enduring will to survive, protect, and stand strong against any force that seeks to challenge their identity. This cultural practice, which ties together their legacy of resistance with their unbreakable spirit, continues to hold deep meaning in the hearts of the Kuki people. It is a testament to the generations of Kuki warriors who have given their lives in defense of their land, their rights, and their culture. The red ribbon bound around Kuki guns is a symbol of anger, blood, and the Kuki people's unwavering commitment to defending their land, culture, and identity. It represents a deep-seated tradition of resistance and resilience, one that has been passed down through generations. From its origins during the colonial era to its continued significance in modern Kuki society, the red ribbon is a powerful cultural marker that speaks to the Kuki people's enduring connection to their land and their heritage. It is a symbol of strength, unity, and the unbreakable will to survive, no matter the challenges that may come. Oh. All right. Disclaimer. The videos used here are not owned by Zalingam Media. However, this article is owned by Zalingam Media. Subscribe to Zalingam Media. For more insightful articles, news, and cultural stories, be sure to subscribe to Zalingam Media. Stay informed and connected with us for more updates on Kuki traditions and the rich history of Indigenous peoples.